There is something that's rarely discussed in the coaching world. It's what I call the maturity gap. It's the space between learning how to coach and learning how to hold complexity. And in the early years of coaching, growth feels fast. You learn powerful questions, you see breakthroughs, you feel energized by transformation, but eventually something shifts and clients become more nuanced, patterns become more layered, activation becomes more subtle, and the tools that once felt powerful start to feel incomplete. Not wrong, incomplete. This is where many practitioners plateau, not because they lack skill, not because they lack compassion, but because they were never trained in structural regulation. And there is a difference between knowing what to say and knowing how to pace the nervous system. There is a difference between motivating change and recognizing when change needs to slow down. There is a difference between holding space and overholding because you feel responsible for the outcome. The maturity gap appears when you begin to sense, I need something deeper than technique. You start noticing your own activation in session. You start noticing when a client's nervous system is moving too quickly. And you start realizing that transformation is not always about forward movement. Sometimes it's about containment. And most coaching certifications do not teach this. They teach strategy, they teach accountability, they teach mindset, but they rarely teach regulation as the foundation of ethical practice. Professional maturity in coaching is not about accumulating more tools. It is about increasing your internal steadiness. It is about recognizing that your nervous system sets the tone for the room. It's about knowing when not to intervene. And that level of discernment changes everything. And if you have felt a subtle shift, that sense that your work requires deeper structural integrity, you are not alone. It's a normal stage of professional evolution. And if you're serious about refining that foundation, I've created a written guide for practitioners that expands on these principles, especially around regulation and structural pacing. It's not promotional, it's a professional framework, and you can download it below and stay close over the next couple of weeks. I'll be speaking more directly to practitioners who are ready to close that maturity gap in their work. And I'll see you in the next video.